Yo, what is up guys, I'm back again with another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the SoundPEATS RunFree LITE headphones. Now I've reviewed different kinds of earphones but not just specifically running earphones. And one of the reasons being is that running headphones are more hybrid between overhead headphones and true wireless earbuds. Now, of course, there is going to be pros and cons to each different one. And one of the biggest cons for this one is the inability to be able to adjust the size of the band depending on your head size. The band just adapts to whichever head size you have to automatically fit. In all honesty, I would have preferred if the band was adjustable. And one upside I'll say that I like is the lightweight fit, considering that at certain points throughout the day it's gonna be hanging most likely on your neck. It's 27 grams, so it's light enough to be carried at any point throughout the day. Now the right side is where the commands are. There's going to be your buttons to increase and decrease the volume, and of course the power button to turn the headphones on and off. Now if you pay close attention to the earphones, you'll notice that there's no ear tips to fit in your ears, and that's because these are air conduction headphones. And so basically how these work is they just send sound waves through the air to your ear canals, just in the same way that sound normally travels throughout the air into our ears. Now the headphones, they feel really odd hanging off your ears, but they cling well and they're appropriately steady. So when it comes to the drivers and producing the sound quality, they have a 16.2mm drivers, and these are about standard for headphones at this size. And that's one of the things I was most impressed about when it comes to these headphones, because with earbuds and headphones that you place over your ears, it makes sense why the sound quality sounds so good and so accurate. Is because they're directly in your ears, so you're getting nothing, depending on how good the noise cancellation is, nothing but the sound in your ears. But these aren't even placed in your ears, and the sound was still great. Like, it's good enough to still sound as good as other earphones that you place directly in your ears or over your ear. And with these headphones, the sound quality is clear and it sounds accurately comparable to the other earphones that you may place in your ears. So depending on how loud you use your headphones, the sound leaking may leak to people around you, depending on the setting and the area you're in. These type of headphones, considering they're running headphones, are designed more to be used with a headband or beanie, just to keep the headphones flush on your ears and to make the sound quality even more accurate for your listening. It has Bluetooth 5.3, which is the latest version, and this is good for power proficiency. It has a 17-hour battery life, which is plenty good enough to last you throughout the day and doing multiple other activities. And for me personally, one of my favorite features on headphones is the multi-point connectability. And basically this allows you to connect to two different Bluetooth devices without having to unpair from one and connect to another. Now the IP rating is IPX4, which is good enough to resist sweat and water splashes. For me personally, I don't think in this generation it's good enough, and that's honestly depending on what you'll be doing, but an IPX4 rating at this point isn't common for competitive headphones in the market. Now, since the sound is transmitted through air conduction, for me the biggest concern for me would be privacy. If you're using the headphones in a certain area where you want to keep the conversation discreet if you're on a phone call. But the sound holes adopt special directional and sound transmission technology. So basically this improves sound leakage if you want to be discreet. Now there's 4 microphones for more clear phone calls. And then there's also a gaming mode, which I assume they just threw that in there just to add additional features to make the headphones more appealing. And lastly, when it comes to the hardware, the buttons are hard to press, which is something I've been wavering on for as long as I can remember, between hard press and touch capacitive buttons, because when it comes to touch capacitive buttons, yeah, they make the headphones more sleek and better design wise, but they're also flimsy in that you can accidentally press or do a command that you weren't just by simply trying to adjust the headphone. One thing about these headphones too that I liked is the fact that you can customize the equalizer in an app. Though the app does look like it does need some upgrades itself, it's still good to be able to adjust and play around with the headphones on the app, which will allow you to at least diversify how you use the headphone. For me, overall, what I think about these headphones, they're really good, but I'm not gonna say they knocked it out of the park simply because of the headband. It takes some getting used to, because the earphones do stay firm in your ears, but because of the band, it still feels loose around your head. So it's almost an oxymoron because of how they feel on your ears, but at the same time how they will feel on your head. When it comes to the sound quality, the sound is way better than I expected when it came to air conduction headphones, and it's good to be able to control the equalizer in an app for your own preference. But when it came to the IP rating, for me that was a killer. So that's my own personal opinion. I think the headphones are a solid 7 out of 10, but let me know what you think. I'm Jadija. Have a good day.